right, guys, welcome back to the Night Shift by Doing Dope Things. I'm Tex.
It's your boy Franco. We out here at Lincoln Bar. Give them the address, Tex. I don't know.
5110 Washington Drive, or Washington Avenue. We're here for Brunchish, Spring Brunch, and we just kind of chilling. We popped up on some more people today. It's like our fifth interview now. But anyway, Introduce the world to yourselves.
I am Jarren Small.
DJ Yobi Yobz.
And we're part of Reading with a Rapper.
Yes.
So tell us about it, man. What is Reading with a Rapper?
So Reading with a Rapper is under a nonprofit called Legends Do Live, where we focus on teaching kids how to read and write through rap, lyrics, content, and technology. So bringing culture to the classroom, essentially. That we feel like pop culture is like in everything. It's in business, it's in politics, it's in fashion, but it's not in education. So like, how do we bridge that gap to teach kids in a fun, creative way?
I got you on that. I mean, he knows. Literacy is a very big
What does that mean?
Yeah.
Well, it's just that me and you talk a lot and shit, and people don't understand. Like, I read a book a week.
Yeah.
Every week. Because that's how my parents used to punish me, not by giving me books, but by taking my books away.
Oh, wow.
So it meant that much to me, and to see other kids not read or not even just not read, not be able to read, or have the means. Like, I feel sad for kids, like, when that scholarship book fair comes around, you get a check on it, and they don't get anything or even look at it, for that matter. I think that's sad. So what y'all are doing a great thing.
But I feel like you're bearing the lead here, man. So like, your mom was just like, Darren, give me your books right now.
Nah,
you in trouble.
I did some fuck shit, as young kids are apt to do.
Run that bookshelf right now, young man.
Well, that was funny, because I had an Atari, I had friends, I had shit like that. It wasn't, you can't go outside, you gotta stay. They literally took every book I had and filled up 2 big black hefty bags, and I was fucked for a week.
You watching Channel 2 today, Darren.
Well, nah, I was still hitting that late night Cinemax, you know what I'm saying?
Pause.
It goes down.
So what y'all do is great. So what was the birth of this?
I mean, to be honest with you, so like I said, the nonprofit that we have is called Legends Do Live.
Okay.
And so the mission is to fund and equip disadvantaged youth and communities through workshop programs and events. So we go to schools like all day, give them resources, give them scholarships and stuff. Like we quietly have been giving kids like $16 million over the last like 6 years.
Damn.
But we saw like a lot of kids just couldn't like fucking read. Like they couldn't read. And so we was like, okay, how do we connect with them on the way? Because these kids just learn differently.
Right.
Because they're super like on the left side. They're just super social media, on their phone.
Savvy.
If you're not playing video games,
it's over.
That's it. They're not doing nothing else. They're not going outside. They're not playing. They're not doing none of that.
None of that.
So one day at the schools that we was at, like during that passing period, they was letting them walk around with headphones on. I'm like, so the principal, y'all let them do that? He was like, yeah. I'm like, bro, we couldn't do that in school. Like,
at all.
I'm like, all right. And then y'all remember that little span of time where on radio shows the Migos was reading books like Dr. Seuss?
Yeah.
And they had like Ludacris do one. I'm like, okay, this is a thing. But no one's really making like an actual like real thing.
Yeah.
So last summer, literally this happened last summer. We launched this in August last year.
Okay.
So think about how small that span was.
Damn.
To do it, but it was a super need. So I called my friend, so she's here. We actually have legit ELA teachers that help us write the curriculum.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, because yo being like, we know like it's cool, the cool part is cool, right?
Right.
But if it's not education, they're gonna stop it.
Right.
So it has to have that balance of something
for people to accept it, not just the kids. You got to get
the teachers and everybody to approve it. Yeah.
Yeah, you got.
So we took the time out the whole summer last year to really like let's really make it out to be special. Take our time with it, get everything done. We launched in August. The first thing we did was at the Microsoft store in the Galleria.
I saw that.
And then after that,
it blew up.
It's just what it was.
Yeah.
Took off.
Like, because when I saw it, I was like, damn. So that's super
simple. It wasn't a hard concept.
Yeah, it wasn't a hard concept for me to grasp. I mean, and the other thing too, it looks cool. The kids feel rewarded. Oh, I get to wear these headphones.
Yep.
Yeah. It really does.
It feels rewarding. Like it's almost like, because anybody can get to go on a field trip. Your parents can sign the permission slip and you get to go.
Facts.
I'm going to assume there's a choosing method, or however it happens. You're one of these children that, hey man, I got to go to, and then they come back and tell.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You get made your own superstar for a little while.
No, facts.
And people need that in their life to feel better. It makes them say, okay, well shit, maybe this is why I should read.
Like, and the beauty of it is too, like we introduce rappers that kids don't even know.
Yeah, true.
Also.
So like now we're introducing new artists and new music to a demographic that buys music, that streams music.
Exactly.
But no one knows how to get to them in a unique time. 6 weeks, you in school for the whole year.
Yeah.
Right.
But no one knows how to get to you because you're in school, but we figured out how to do it.
Man, that's a creative approach, man. So like when you talk to these rappers, how do you kind of sell them on this idea to come on board to do something like this?
They honestly, we talk about the program. Really, they be coming to us now. Like it was not really a hard thing to get the rappers to jump on board. Because a lot of people want to do good. They just don't know.
They don't know how
to get involved or how to just go up to a school and I want to do, you know what I'm saying? I want to have my lyrics break down and show them what a metaphor, a simile, how hyperbole is. Yeah. So they don't know how to do that, and now it's a way. All we gotta do is just
like most rappers don't even know that they be using figurative language.
Yeah, that too.
That's the crazy part.
So
it's a lot of people out here doing Shakespeare and shit. Don't even know it.
A lot of them. No, a lot of rappers don't know that they're doing
iambic pentameter and shit.
Yeah, like
100%.
Here's the thing.
The stanzas,
even
and cadences.
Were those students?
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? They were those students who were told, "Hey, you can't learn. You're not learning the right
right.
way. You know?
Right.
But yet, okay,
everybody
maybe
learns.
They weren't that student.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously they were listening to English class.
100%.
A bunch of them know a bunch of math.
Yep.
They got science down.
Yep.
Because you have to know all of these things in order to construct or be able to fit words in a certain sound and sentence structure.
And the crazy part is, an album is a book. A song is a story. Literally, like it's literally telling you something.
Chapter of the book.
The thing is about what you just said, a lot of kids or a lot of people, you're just not talking their frequency.
Yep.
Right.
So it's like if you can channel into them like the way they understand it, you're gonna get it quicker and faster. Like it's it's just really simple. And music is we all know at this point now in life, music is a #1 language to anybody.
Correct.
So how do you pull it in to where we can introduce another language, another culture, it's a lot of layers to reading and rapping, not just the surface level of just figurative language. Like it's an actual 2-month curriculum. We would just be doing pop-ups.
Yeah.
Damn. So
this is actually going to be in the schools.
What we see.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
What you
massaging
see.
the idea to people.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but how do you? Okay, and this is just me. I need the layman's terms. I'm considering me a dummy right now. I'll go to Alvin School District.
Okay.
I'm just choosing them because I see you guys here at HISD. So who's the first person you attempt to get in contact with when you want to introduce this into?
It might be a principal, a counselor, a wraparound specialist.
Okay.
Or at this point, the ELA teachers have been reaching out to us.
Okay. Because you've shown that, and again, that's what also comes. If you provide a good product,
it speaks for itself.
It'll speak for itself.
Like Yobi can tell you.
Speaks for itself.
We literally don't really promote like come bring us to your school. Like they'll literally be
people ask. They ask for it, and then a lot of people don't even know what it is. They just know it's something that's curricular wise, and that it's something that they see the children engaged in.
Right. 100%.
And they don't see the kids engaged like that in class at all.
I think one other thing about it that I think is very good. Teachers are having to come off of a lot of money nowadays to decorate their classrooms and do different things. It's something that they don't have to pay for.
Yeah, facts.
You know what I'm saying?
The school pays for it.
It does.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So
that's a no-brainer.
I mean,
you see what I'm saying?
That's a no-brainer.
But no, think about this as an artist. Hey, yo, listen, I want you to come do this event where I actually break your legs down in front of kids so they can actually know your song and what it really means. What artist would it really, if you're a real artist, why would you say no to that?
Well, it's not just that you would say no to it. It's like you might need to really know
what you're saying.
I'm not bullshitting.
Nah, facts.
You know what I'm saying? It's some
you might need to sit down and examine your own lyrics.
Yeah.
Like, damn, I really said that shit?
You know what I'm saying? I actually had to take a class about my leadership skills.
Yeah.
And they made us write down everything that we do in a day. What is all involved in being what we do.
Yeah.
Then they made us break it down. Okay, so which of these do you actually do daily? Which do you do weekly? Which do you do monthly? Now I have a recognized way of how I can do things to make my life and day better.
Facts.
just by them breaking down another rapper's lyrics, or y'all even doing it, oh, wait a minute, maybe I can write differently.
Yes.
If I want to do this type of song.
You get it.
That's,
You know what I'm
that's
saying?
the type of feedback we've been getting, because once they start seeing the words laid out and different metaphors and different similes put together, they looking like, oh, wow, okay, this guy's dope. Forget who I was talking about, Lil Pump or whatever. This guy is
literally,
amazing.
like, if you're a lyrical rapper, it brings back
Lyrical
that
rap.
channel for lyrical rapping content.
Okay, now,
Uh-oh.
just so we say this, we're basically, we all like lyrical rappers. I'm not going to lie to you.
Yes,
But
yes.
at the same time, I feel that I should have, my versatility in my game is I bump whatever I want to.
Right.
But I don't ever want one of those rappers to ever discount themselves, because they may be saying something.
They do.
This is true.
You know what I'm saying?
They do.
So, like, even no. So
They get
even
lost in
listening at-
translation.
like, we have a whole music research department.
Ah.
So they go back
shit.
and look at lyrics and listen to songs. So we're literally like really being nerds about, even if it's mumble, once you print it out, it's not mumble anymore.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay.
So all you bring up a great point, because one of my favorite rappers right now is Young Thug, and I feel like he makes music, it's turn up music, but a lot of his shit goes just really deep.
He's not a
and-
mumble rapper.
I mean,
I'm going to go ahead and tell you he's not a mumble
No,
rapper.
I agree.
Young
I
Thug is
agree.
great.
I
great.
love Young Thug.
It's just
man.
his delivery is different. That's all
Yeah.
it is.
So like
People used to say the same thing about Lil Wayne, though. They
Yeah, that's
said
true.
He
Wayne
was
never really said that about Wayne.
no.
I've never.
There were older generations who were not with.
But see, you gotta take it
Wayne.
in context though.
I am that
Sir,
dude.
Like
I am that
you gotta
dude.
think about the stuff that was popping when Lil Wayne came up.
That's what
man.
I'm talking about. When Lil Wayne
Yeah.
was at the
Hot Boys
growing-
and shit, yeah.
the growing of like Young Thug.
I see what he's saying.
I get it, but I guess because I have a.
You're musically inclined.
But see, like
Okay,
if you
but
know,
don't
you know
count.
though.
But you don't count.
Take yourself out that
Yeah,
group.
you gotta take yourself
I'm
out.
a musically inclined person.
Yeah,
'Cause
I was
I'm
like,
him
oh,
too.
It's him.
I'm
You know
musically
how you
inclined
because,
too.
Like, okay, similar to when, all right, NSYNC was good, and then they made that song Gone. I said,
like,
oh,
oh,
yeah,
He's
yeah.
out of
He
there.
didn't want Justin.
Yes, yeah. mhm.
He's out of there.
Yeah,
Justin
that,
the one.
But
that
I
was
feel
the
like
one.
we always knew from the beginning. You knew who was
Yeah.
gonna
But
come out of that on top.
That gone was
Nah,
the
Justin,
one.
that's when you knew Justin was like, all right.
I was like,
I'm here now.
Right,
Yeah.
I hear you, literally.
I'm
But like,
just saying.
It's like
Wayne,
Destiny's
bro,
Child, man. You
Wayne's
knew
a
one
walking
person was gonna
metaphor.
come out of that
Yeah,
one.
basically.
literally, he's a walking metaphor.
walking metaphor
Literally.
for sure.
Now, sometimes he calmed down.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He calm down sometimes. But other than that, I'm just saying, like, I think it's a really, first of all, like you said, y'all are music nerds, and then y'all are probably like, well, damn, we just taught the kids that. So, like, y'all got to actually build a rotation. All right, today we're teaching sentence structure.
Center structure, closed reading. Yep.
So, like, my question is though, with like, there's a lot of rap music that kind of subject matter is kind of not something you would teach in schools, or
Right.
even the lyrics is not something. How do you guys approach that? How do you
We
kind of
have
go
to-
around that?
We have to decipher all of that. We have to, everything is taken into account, and it's a lot of rappers and music that don't get selected because of
The social media.
the content, and that's another thing. Like with this, we want to be able to teach kids that also how to read, but like we don't want to give them the wrong subject matters to be reading.
For
It's
sure,
food.
for sure.
Yeah,
This is
it's
No,
food that you're
and then,
consuming.
but to his point too, if a person is talking about a certain thing or a certain whatever that's going on, a lot of times this keeps me going through that.
a lot.
So having because we have like a social track apart,
Okay.
where you break down like, what are you really saying?
Got you.
I'm talking about this because I went through this. I don't want you to go through it.
Right.
So when a rapper comes in and says like, yo, yes, I was talking about gun violence or whatever X may be, that's because I went through that.
So Pusha T is still on the
And I
table
wasn't.
then.
Oh yes, for
100%.
sure.
100%.
We
I
weren't
just want-
okay.
okay.
When I say my content is more of the it's very explicit sexual content.
Yeah, right.
That's what
Okay.
we're getting away from. But
And
like
I
as far as
understand
like
that.
the street talk, we doing this in like the inner cities and stuff. So this
That's all
is
they know.
like this is
Right.
real life to them. So
and I get how, because, and it's,
we want to try and keep it as authentic as possible because that's how people identify with it. Like
Right.
it's a real program, and you know people gravitate to real all the
that's
time.
it. I mean, because when I first saw it, still like, I was like, damn, man, that is, like, it literally, I was like, man, that's the simplest shit ever. Reading with a rapper. I had seen, and then here's the other thing. I see other people,
attempt to
the
do it, yeah.
NBA motherfuckers go to the schools and read, but they never really
read
Jump into it.
Like, let's read your lyrics.
Yeah, it was never like it was just they reading the book. And
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
Cat in the hat.
Yeah, it was damn near like community service or something.
Right, and that- right,
Basically.
You got to go to these schools and read and whatever. You got to go play
That's how you was
basketball
paying
with
off your
kids.
fines for cussing
Yeah.
out the refs.
This is a true tool.
Yes.
Facts.
That could be like this could possibly never go away.
Exactly.
That's the plan.
It's bigger
Right,
than
I
us.
mean,
It's bigger
yeah.
than us.
So like, what's the future looking like for y'all? Just the program and just what you guys are doing in schools.
And so, like, for the most part, like, we just been doing the pop-ups since August, like, to now. So we haven't even really did the actual 2-month curriculum yet. So starting in May, we do open enrollment where schools can, like, really, like, hey, I want to actually have a 2-month curriculum where it's after school based 2 or 3 days every week for 8 weeks.
Damn.
And so we're breaking down an album. Like, so now we're saying, like, okay, we want to do 10 to 20 schools next year, right?
Okay.
3 in Fort Bend, 3 in HID, 3 in Aldine, 3 in A-League. Like, so to get everywhere.
Okay.
And we're really keeping these kids to where ultimately they can pass a STAR test. They learn how to read and write quicker and faster because of what we're doing. Like, it's a legit part. It's K through 12, 4th grade to 12th grade.
Damn.
Almost, and we're talking to PV and TSU right now about colleges.
Okay. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. This is like, so first of all, it's a great program, but it's also very encouraging.
Facts.
That some people are trying to go outside of the normal school box of, first of all, that teaching to a test changed the whole school game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
She a teacher. She like, yes.
oh no,
No, she agrees. She like, no,
I'm just saying. So like when you teach to a test, that's like almost, all right. Well, we just got to get through these.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And that's it. Like there's no
Value.
That's lifeless teaching, and it also too depends on if the teacher has a job or if it was a calling for them.
Exactly.
So
Thanks.
there's other things.
Now,
Yeah.
involved in
I will say this. Along doing this, we have come across so many amazing teachers because,
Right.
and they're mandated because of what state law says they have to do.
Exactly.
So like when we come in, we're not required by our.
None of that.
So they be like, bro, we've been waiting for something like this. They've been wanting to do something like this for the longest.
That's crazy.
So
And
they
then-
probably give y'all some of the best
and the teacher-
suggestions when
Oh,
it comes
100%.
to like,
And the teachers that reach out to us are the ones who really care because it's something else that
yeah.
needs to be done. And,
100%.
And the boring curriculum that they're forced to teach, and you know what I'm saying, the kids just got to sit there and learn it. It's not creating a spark for them.
well, I mean, it's not. Again, anything that you take in your body should have nutritional value.
Some substance, yep.
You know what I'm saying? And if that particular style of schooling is not of nutritional value, then yes, something else does need to be done. So what y'all are doing is great in regards to that. Now, are there plans for you guys to take on another segment of school in regards to that? Because right now you're mostly doing the reading language arts.
Now, people that hit us up about math.
And which
Now,
is
the only way, so here's my thing.
Math
The only
for the
way
rappers.
with math, I ain't gonna lie to you. I joke with my business partner about it. It's drugs.
Turn that
Which-
62 to
which,
125,
again-
125 to 250.
It's
See,
drugs.
the
I mean,
shit
that's the
like,
best way to
bro.
correlate math. It's drugs.
Yeah.
And that's what I was talking about when we were talking about
Pusha
is
T.
Pusha T on the table because
We're going to have
the
him
math-
a reading and math class
you know
with
what I'm
Pusha
saying?
T.
The math would be amazing on time
Yeah.
because I mean you're dealing with fractions,
Yeah.
decimals.
Yeah.
We ain't figured that out yet. To get the content right with it, we ain't figured it out yet. But like,
But
we-
I can see
yeah.
math being the next step. So I just want to tell you guys, man, I think it's great what you guys are doing. But here on the Night Shift by Doing Dope Things, anytime we get ready to end a segment, we are going to ask you guys for words of wisdom. It can be any goddamn thing. Will you tell them what the words of wisdom I gave you were?
So, about 5 years ago, when I finally moved out on my own, Tex told me something that it wasn't nothing, but it turned out to be prophetic to me. Every house needs a bucket. And that turned out to be prophetic to me. So, I mean, what's something that y'all want to leave
Every
the night
house
shift
needs
crew?
a bucket?
Every house
Every house
needs
needs
a
a
bucket.
what does that mean?
It literally needs a bucket. Every house.
So
Every house.
I was moving out on my own, and just
He was moving
right
out
now-
on his own first time. I said, man, get you a bucket.
The first time I had to mop something up in my
bucket.
apartment, I was like, Tex, I'm glad I had a
It
bucket. in my
literally.
Oh, that's real.
You
Literal,
right. Every
literal.
house needs a bucket. Hey.
I think probably something I would probably say is,
And you can say anything.
You know, 100%.
It doesn't have to be prophetic, but I'm the type of person that I take the things people tell me, and that shit just turns into something else for me. Like, I had this girl tell me one time, she has no idea she told me this, I was fucking around, you know, and she told me everyone's entitled to one mistake per lifetime. And she just said that to me, and I was like, you know what? I turned that to, you know, I do things in a certain way as to where, like, I'm not afraid to fuck up because everyone's entitled to a mistake. So
Facts. I'm about to say, the future is closer to what we think, even though it's not here right now.
Damn.
Like, this shit's here. Like, it's every day we're getting closer to that shit, even though it's, like, really not here.
yeah,
You just got to make it bigger than you.
I feel that.
I'm with that.
Because, like, internally, we're just all selfish as shit.
Narcissism.
We're all selfish. So it's about how do you, like, make something like you said that's bigger than it's going to be here when I'm gone.
Exactly.
Reading Rapper still going to be here.
Again, it's all about legacy.
Facts.
Yes, sir.
All right,
What
sir.
you got, Yobi?
I don't know if I'm as deep, but mine is just time is just inexistent. Like, you don't have a time frame. Nobody has.
Time is a human construction.
Like,
Stay woke.
You don't have a.
Stay woke.
You don't have a time frame. Like, a lot of people are stressed on being 20 something and not doing this and not doing that. You don't have a time frame. Nobody put a time frame on nothing.
I 100% agree with that.
Say, man, let me tell you something. I'm 47 years old. I just started doing this, and I was just like, damn, I really love this shit.
Exactly.
I never knew that this was going to be the shit that I love to do.
Right.
I never thought about this years ago. My goal in life, I'm going to be a real estate lawyer.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to be.
Mm-hmm.
And then life, you know, because life happens.
Oh yeah, life is life.
Life happens, and then the next thing you know, I met my homie over here. Motherfuckers kept interrupting the conversations we was having at work. We was like, man, we need to tape these.
Yeah.
And we're here now, 3 years later.
I just don't want nobody to throw away their childhood. Like you being a kid, the thing is about being an adult, what the fuck is that? If you look at the definition of being an adult, it's whack as fuck.
What is it? I don't even know.
Throw away your child. Why? That's the purest form of a human being as a
Hey,
child.
look, I ain't had no bills.
What?
I was joyous.
Take me back.
Must be nice.
I don't know any 7-year-old racist.
Bruh.
I
You know what I'm
don't.
saying? I'm just.
I don't.
For real. But you know what comes in? The racism comes in when the adult says something first, not the child.
Where's the adults and then something else happens.
Yeah, true.
It's not even. It doesn't start off as racism. It starts off as cliques.
Right.
Yes.
I play football.
Uh-huh.
So I'm gonna
Oh no, I
Yeah,
take it
that's
back
what
even
it
further.
is.
It's sort of like, yo, you in the sandbox, right? I don't know you. We all fine. You wanna come play in the sandbox with me? Yeah. As soon as Yobi, no. That's when it starts.
Hey.
Right
Yeah,
there.
right there.
Right there. That's when don't go over there. That's when it's why.
Yeah. Hey, man.
That's when everything starts.
Man, so this has been a great talk. We got to learn a lot about reading with a rapper, just getting to know you
Yes,
guys,
sir.
seeing where you guys are coming from. We got to hear your prophetic statement. Let the people know where we can find y'all and how we can support the movement.
You can find Reading with a Rapper at Reading WA Rapper. That's on all platforms. My personal stuff is Jarren Small, Jarren Small.
You can find me on the Reading with the Rapper page as well. Also, my personal stuff is OMG, it's Yobi. Just like it's spelled, no crazy spelling.
Right.
So,
So how we spell it?
OMGITSYOBI.
There you go.
Yeah. That's
I mean,
everything.
you teaching
Oh,
something,
yeah, for
you
sure.
set that example.
Yes.
But we want to thank y'all for being on the night
Sure.
shift by doing dope things. I'm Tex,
This is Franco.
and y'all have a great rest of your day.
For
Appreciate
sure.
it.